Hello and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Mallory and today we're making a simple beef stew. This is a recipe you can't even call it a recipe actually. This is a makeup meal that a friend of mine requested. Her mother used to make beef stew with leftover pot roast, onions, potatoes, and carrots. And we don't have leftover pot roast in my house ever. So I am just taking these few ingredients and adding beef broth, sticking it in the oven, a cold oven at 400 degrees for 2 hours to simmer this slowly and without doing it in the crock pot. This is 1.5 pounds of baby potatoes, 2 cups of frozen carrots. Those are home diced frozen carrots. And this is a 1.8 pound chuck roast that I'm dicing up. It's partially frozen. That's why it's so easy to dice. And I'm throwing that all in this Dutch oven with 32 ounces of beef broth. Now, I wish it was homemade beef broth, but I can't get beef bones from my butcher because everybody is making their own homemade beef broth except me. So this is store-bought beef broth, but it's my favorite Great Value organic brand. And this is going to go into, like I said, a cold oven because all my ingredients are cold and I don't want to crack my Dutch oven. This is whenever it's come out of the oven. It's been in there for 2 hours on 400 degrees. I'm going to stir it up a little bit and then I'm going to add a cornstarch slurry to make this thicken up a little bit. Cornstarch has to be added with water and you have to stir it, and then it's got to boil for a little while in order to thicken. And what I noticed is when you let it sit, it thickens even more. So this thickens as it cools. And this is just a beautiful, simple beef stew in memory of Ginger's mother. I hope I have done it justice because I knew her mother through my job. I got to know her mom, and she was a really sweet lady, and I'm hoping that this brings back great memories for my friend Ginger, and I'm hoping that I can create new memories around this recipe with my husband. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you ladies, and gentlemen, whoever's listening, we have eaten this. My husband didn't really care for it because I made it too simple, didn't add any salt or pepper or garlic, and he doctored up his bowl and plans on doctoring up his leftovers as well. So don't forget to add your favorite seasonings to this dish before you throw it in the oven. Anything that you would add to a pot roast. Next time I'm going to add some bay leaves, some thyme, and obviously garlic, obviously salt and pepper, and we'll see how it goes from there. I am not a lover of rosemary, so I certainly wouldn't be adding rosemary, but if that's something that you like, I think it would add some great flavor. That's me adding the slurry, and then I'm going to let it boil for just a little while so it can thicken. This is something that I really enjoyed, even without the seasonings. I'm probably coming down with a little cold, so if I sound a little funny, that's why. But my taste buds are a little under the weather. So this was just super nourishing, super bland, as I enjoyed it. And my husband described it, but I liked it. I thought it was good, and I'm gonna make it again. Thank you, Ginger, for the suggestion, and I really hope this brings back some sweet memories of your mama. And I'm going to take this opportunity to say hey to my 2 nephews, my niece, and my sister and brother-in-law. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. I hope this is one you'll make for the family. And think of Aunt Mal. So, like I said, it's got to boil a little bit to thicken. So it's boiling away. And I just took it straight from the oven and put it on my eye and turned it on to the usual setting that I set it on. You're going to hear a lot of ums in here. I'm not used to doing voiceovers, but I lost my footage. So this is where it is. And I'm seeing how thick it is right here, and it's not terribly thick, but it's the way that I was hoping it would do. And I don't add any browning agents or, anything other than the cornstarch, because I'm on my anti-inflammatory, no preservatives, no additives journey right now. But you'll see me at the prep table in just a second, and I'll serve this up. Here I am at the prep table, and I'm going to scoop this into 3 generous scoops per bowl, and we ate it all. It was so good, like I said, but my husband had to doctor on his. It kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, if I'm being honest, but I get it. He likes really flavorful food, and normally what I make is really flavorful, but like I said, I wanted to make this really simple, really easy and accessible to make, and this is what I came up with. So I'll take this opportunity to sign off. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. I really appreciate the comments and the subscribers. I've got 162 as of this time on Sunday night, February 22nd. And I'll see you in the next one.